Welcome to another episode of V for Veganism. I am here with Marc Wood. What does it mean to be a whole food, plant-based health coach?
I go into people's homes and I teach them how to cook whole food, plant-based meals. So this is everything that comes from plants, be it fruits, vegetables, beans, legumes, nuts, seeds, berries. And together, hands-on, we create these beautiful meals over maybe a 4 to 6 week period, twice a week.
You're from Scotland.
Yes.
And
this is not an accent, I prove. I left Scotland when I was 19. I went to live in Madrid.
Oh wow.
Then I lived in London, and then I done the backpacking thing around the world for a year. And I was in Australia for a bit, then I lived in Israel, then I came to New York 20 years ago.
Wow. So I'm gonna take a leap and say you weren't born vegan.
In Scotland, no. Well, I was 23 and I was living in London, and my girlfriend at the time, Paula, she was a vegetarian, and she suggested we go to like an animal welfare exhibition. Always remember, describe it like it's walking to the Colosseum. Not that we know what the Colosseum was like, but you could hear these horrible sounds before we got there, and of course inside was all this video and what happens to cows and pigs and rabbits in the experimental world. And so from that day forward, I said, what the hell? I know, it was nothing to do with health. It was to do with, I don't want to encourage this. So,
yeah.
From that was about 25 years ago. But I done the eggs for the next 19 years because the eggs are farm laid and the chicken's just there.
Yep.
But then I met a vegan friend, Ilsa, about 6 years ago, and she just brought up the obvious point about that small percentage of the eggs that just dropped by the chicken on the farm. The 95% is the real market, and that's where the cruelty is. We all know about the chicks that get ground up, and and then as a nutritionist now, we now know the downside and the
right, that they're really not that good for you.
No, not at all. The bad cholesterol, and then what it does to our gut bacteria and all that. So and so 6 years ago it was just a easy choice. And like all of us, it was like, why the hell did we do this sooner?
Yeah.
Because we know how good it feels. And as a 48-year-old man who's an athlete, it's I don't feel a day past 30. And it's just amazing. And this is what I bring to my work, is because I can be on the phone with the client and the guy's like, but when as soon as he opens that door, it takes down that wall because they're expecting maybe some, malnutrition sort of person,
Let's go put some food together.
We are making a garbanzo and spinach watercress salad.
And the prep work wasn't even that much. It took us like a few minutes.
Yeah, we cut some onions, red onions, we cut a red pepper, some like spinach, which is a great source of fiber, protein, phytonutrients. I give it a little crunch up there. And we all remember Popeye.
Yeah.
In the food world, there's things that complement each other. Sunflower seeds and spinach work together in harmony. They're like avocados and tomatoes. So it's like black pepper and turmeric. So adding these together helps the digestion of these foods, the green foods, but it also increases the nutritional density 5 times. This is the harmony of food, like Chinese medicines. And then we're going to take some watercress. This is a super high antioxidants. So antioxidants is what you really want, at least in 1 or 2 of your meals, if not every meal all the time. And something as simple as this, it's got slightly peppery taste. So foods like red pepper and mango are high in vitamin C. So this helps the absorption of the iron in food. And of course, it's starting to look beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love mango.
So yeah, the seeds are going to drop to the bottom there. So I'm going to have a little piece of that.
That's so good.
What we're going to do next is take the dressing that I made. So this dressing was simple, no oils, nothing needed. We just blended up some dates, fresh limes juice, jalapeno juice, cumin, oregano. So we've got this lovely little dressing. It's quite thick. When you massage your dressing into your food, it really gets the flavor into every bite, because sometimes the dressing doesn't reach every part. And then we have some lovely walnuts. Every meal we need a healthy fat for nutrient absorption in our stomachs. Without that healthy fat, the nutrients really don't absorb in our stomachs at all. So something as simple as just sprinkling in some seeds like sunflower seeds or walnuts or almonds or pumpkin seeds, garbanzo beans. Where do you get your protein from? Beans. It's so simple. That's the beauty of it. And when I teach people this, it really just empowers them, because as long as we make the time to cook for ourselves, maybe twice a week, which is what I teach, and you cook in bulk. We're not cooking one meal, we're cooking for 3 days. So yeah, you might be eating similar foods for the few days, but that's okay. The food is fuel. Your taste buds adapt to different changes after 7 days, you know. It's getting over this sort of spoiled mentality that we live in, and readjusting our thoughts on food. You can't put a price on your own health, and growing older and keeping strong, and it's priceless. And we live in a society where it's like almost acceptable now to you get sick, and you're meant to get heart disease. Before all supplements came along, this is how we've been eating for thousands of years. This is how our body responds to food. This is how our body draws the vitamins, the micronutrients and the macronutrients out of food. It's designed that way. But obviously we live in, like you said, that capitalistic world where profit margins and supplements and protein powders. I mean, remember, the American taxpayer subsidizes the meat industry $25 billion a year, so that keeps the price of meat very low. I can't force people in this way. I can't make people become vegan. That's a moral and ethical choice. But what I can teach is plant-based nutrition, and how to, where you can get your protein from, your 5 macronutrients: your protein, your complex carbohydrates, your healthy fats, your fiber, and your water. These are your things that you need every day and in large quantities. The pleasure trap is something that in psychology and food, I mean, it's a real thing. Our body creates these chemicals, the dopamine when it comes to food, and then every time you eat it wants to hit that high. So I have empathy for animals, but I have empathy for human beings, omnivores alike, because I understand the struggle. I understand the deep psychological conditioning that it is to break the food habit.
Well, it's almost like it is like being a drug addict, and we're addicted to these foods, and people don't realize that they are, because they're like, well, I'm not a heroin addict, but you're a pork addict, you're addicted to this thing, and every time you eat it, it makes you want more of it, and the withdrawals of it are almost the same too. I firmly believe that when people get off of meat and they get sick, it's because their body's like, whoa, where's all that stuff you've been feeding me?
Yeah, I mean, even the first week, I warn clients that the first few days you might be on the toilet a few times. They're not used to having such high fiber food. I mean, the American society, I was looking up, studying Dr. Michael Greger on nutritionalfacts.org, and he's saying that 3% of this population get enough fiber. 3%, that's actually probably us vegans. The 3%, but that is nuts, because fiber is such an important thing when it comes to our health, because that's the gut flora. So it's bizarre, but that's how far we've gotten off track. Back to the food.
Yeah, back to the food. I am ready.
So yeah, just got this simple salad that takes 5 minutes to make, obviously a little bit 5 minutes of prep, and it's got everything you need. But this is what food is. Food is fuel, and this is just busting with flavor, and you can almost see it's busting with flavor, all the colors.
All these colors.
So when they say vegan food is bland, it's actually quite the opposite, and we know that. And salads don't have to be lettuce, cucumber, and tomato. Right. They can be something so simple as this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See, I want to get all the things in my mouth at once. Oh my god. You need to go make the salad right now and eat it.
So if you're in England or London, they'd say this is the dog's bollocks.
The dog's bollocks.
The dog's bollocks, which means it's fucking amazing. So when you change your dietary habits, not only, help you heal your body and your immune system and gut bacteria, but you're also, promoting, obviously, as we know, a kinder way to live and an environmentally friendly way to live. So it's this beautiful trifecta. It's like a win-win-win.
If you're looking for a change, it's not going to come through any other way but what you're putting into your body.
And you don't have to even go through me. I mean, we live in an age of information. So you can Google this. If you want that one-on-one help and coaching, definitely come through me, and twice a week I can come to your home and teach you this simple but, and like I say, I'll use that word again, profound way to change your life, you know, and impact straight away, you know.
Yeah, almost immediately.
And almost immediately.
Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for coming and for talking with us and making this amazing salad.
Excellent.
If you need a reminder how to make this recipe, just check our website, V4Veganism.com.